hiding in my room, safe within my womb. I touch no one and no one touches me. So I want to talk about my wine. I want to talk about drugs a little bit. And I think that's about it. Maybe I'll talk about myself. But if you've been following my Twitter, you know that I have been brewing wine. I just racked it today. So 1 gallon is going to be set aside for to age for several months. And then the other half gallon or so is going to just be drunk by me, and I'll do a little taste and a flavor reveal on it on the next video, I guess. So that'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I haven't had alcohol in about 5 or 6 years. It's just finishing up fermenting, and I did rack the wine in my only white shirt, this shirt, and so now I have little splashes of wine all over my only white shirt, which is pretty funny. I don't know who in their right mind racks wine in a white shirt. I didn't think about it, but it doesn't matter. I've had this shirt since before college, so it's not very new. And it's also not really my style anyway. Although nothing's my style at the moment. I don't have any clothes that I like. And that's okay. I don't really want to like my clothes. But it's all a bit hodgepodge stuff that I had since before college, so I do want to get just a bunch of very, very cheap, very mundane clothing. Very mundane, very, very bland. Because I don't want the clothing to be, I don't want to have to think about what I'm going to wear. I don't want it to be an outfit. I just want it to be clothing and, serve a purpose, a utility. This is how I was before transitioning. And it's how I am going to be now. Once again, it's just how I am. It was how I wanted to be during transitioning as well, but I thought I'd also explore all clothing types, and clothing I was always interested in. And turned out to be just a sort of effort in vanity, no better word for it. So we'll do the wine tasting in the next video. Drugs. Very quickly, need to talk about drugs. So, I don't really like drugs. You might find that funny, but I actually hate drugs. All drugs. When I was a kid, never would take anything anyone gave me. Even if I was sick, I wouldn't take any medication. Hated drugs. Very, very opposed to taking anything that could change my body. Very, very opposed to it when I was a kid. And growing up in general. And I think I suffered so much in my teen years. That's when I first started smoking marijuana and stuff, which I didn't do very much at all, a handful of times. But it just wasn't something you would ever expect me to do. And it went against my beliefs, but I was just suffering so much. I figured any state of mind would be better than this one, so let's see what this one does, And that's just how I've been doing. I've tried so many drugs over the past 15 years or so. And currently sober, unfortunately. Well, I should say. I'm usually sober, that's the thing. You might have a distorted view of me from my channel, but I'm actually usually on nothing. And I don't like drugs. I don't like them. they've never done anything for me. Some of them have been hurtful. Most of them have been, I don't know. I would say shrooms were good once, and all the rest of the times they were not great, and sometimes bad. But shrooms had a really interesting. I don't know if it was even good. It was just so incredibly interesting. Yes. I don't know if it was good though. Opiates. Well, I don't really like those either. I don't experience euphoria from them, but I do enjoy the numb, tingling sort of bliss. I do like to just. I don't use the computer when I'm on opiates. I don't do anything. I just lay down and think. And haven't had alcohol in 5 to 6 years, so we'll see how that affects me. But it won't be a long-term thing. I'll finish my alcohol I made, and then I'll be done. When I can make drugs, I make them. I grew my own mushrooms and stuff. When I can make my drugs, I make them, so I know what's in them. Helps me feel better about what I'm consuming. I know that everything I make is organic, so it's just safer, especially for me with my autoimmune condition. Well, I only have one more opiate, really, so I'm probably gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna finish off my. I've had that drug supply for like 9 years. Just grew. All this stuff, the opiates, the benzos, and all the really messed up, really bad ones, But I'm almost out of those. So, just gonna finish them all off, and not all at once, obviously, But I'm very safe. I never mix things. And then I don't know. I guess I'll drink this alcohol. It's poison, and then I don't know. It's like, on one hand, I want to stop using drugs. They've not done anything for me. Even the really hard stuff doesn't. You'd think, oh, you're gonna get addicted to that. No, I can't. I don't like it enough. I don't understand addiction in that sense. I am addicted to the computer. But I'm kicking that as well. So I guess my best drug is my computer. Stimulation. But I am kicking that soon. So it's not even really like I'm addicted to it. It's just I don't have anything else to do. I'm just sort of. But I would call it an addiction, but it's not a very strong addiction. It's just what's there, Yeah, so I guess that is my addiction, but I could just throw my computer out, honestly, and just sit in my room and meditate. It wouldn't change my happiness or anything very much. I'd be bored, but I'd be fine. It might be better, actually, as well. So, yeah, I'll stop using the computer as much as well, but So I'm thinking, like, okay, so I used the rest of my drugs. One last really nice opiate high, which that's supposed to be like the one thing everyone gets addicted to, and I can't really bring myself to like it that much. Sometimes I actually dislike it. Like once the high ends, I'm like, oh, thank God, it was so tiring. It's very tiring. But it is nice to just sort of not exist for a day or so. Yeah, it's just not existing. no suffering. If you've not been following my Twitter, I don't interact with people anymore, and that has been a big weight lifted off me. That's nice. So yeah, I'm giving up things that I know I don't actually want, like the drugs and stuff. Thought I would make some alcohol since I haven't used it in so long, and just, since I'm getting rid of all my drugs in this way, I'm gonna be, I don't know, just doing a sort of send-off in a way to all of the drug use, and thought I'd give them all one more shot, see if there's any, just really think about them while I'm on them, and think like, okay, is this a good state of mind? Is this useful? Can this help? Is this bringing me towards something I want? Or not even something I want, but is this bringing me towards... because the problem is I don't really want to want, so... Yeah, that's been an issue lately. I haven't been able to do much, because I have no desire for anything. So it's like, what do I want? I don't want, really, anymore. And that's allowed my depression to sort of creep back in, because it gives me no way to distract. I think overall it's good, because I don't think desire and wants are very useful, especially in modern life. Very perverted, perverse desires in modern life. Krispy Kremes and masturbation and opiates and sex and, social interaction. Very perverse. Disgusting, yeah, some of them, but it's sort of just a judgment, really. I don't mean disgusting in the normal sense, though. I mean it in sort of like delusional. That's I think delusional is a better way of putting it than disgusting. These are all delusional activities. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. So yeah, there you go. I don't know. I just wanted to sort of give my opinion on drugs, and because people might, I don't know. I don't want people getting a bad idea or a wrong idea of my actual views. I don't think any drug that I've tried has any goodness in it. There's no goodness in drugs of any type, even mushroom. Because there's beauty in mushrooms, and you might think, well, that's good, right? Beauty and spirituality, and you see almost this other world, and how can that be bad? How could that possibly be bad? Well, it's all beautiful, and it's all so much love and good. Or not good, so much love and want and desire. But that's not good. It feels really good. It feels good. But so do opiates. So do many things. It doesn't mean they're good. It's very tricky. It's very tricky because you might think, well, it's not addicting and it's not harmful really, and it's so interesting, and it's like it's magical, like all the magic mushrooms, right? It's magic. It's like it brings a little magic into the world. And at first you're like, oh, you gotta have a little magic to life. But no, you don't. That's delusion. You're just giving yourself delusions. And it's a little nicer to go through life with delusions if you are someone who wants. If you are someone who wants, then it's nice to have some delusions. If you're someone who sees no use in wanting, then adding these delusions to your life only complicates things and muddies the water, makes you see less clearly. Very Buddhist, kind of lame, but I don't really have a choice. Well, one, my drug supply is dwindling, which is good. I think that is good. I do think that is good. I also think it's good I used them, right? neutral. I would call it neutral that I used them, because it's not bad, because I was using them for a purpose. I wanted to find something there, right? Like, what am I looking for? I wanted to find what it is I am supposed to be looking for. And what they showed me is they can't give me that. None of them, not even the most amazing ones. Because all they give you is delusion. That's all they give you in different forms. All they give you is delusion in different forms. And some of them are very tricky in how they do it, and they make you think, oh, this is a good thing. This is a beautiful thing. This is magical. This is what life should be. It should be beauty and love. And you're wrong. That is not correct. It doesn't sound so bad. Most people would think that's a good life, a life of beauty and love and fun. I would say that's a very shallow way to view life. It's just an emotion. It's just a perception. It's just a judgment. Just like any other. You may as well be saying you should go through life feeling suffering and pain and fear. You may as well be saying that. Now that sounds bad when you put them side by side, but it's the same. So, yep. I won't be as philosophical and in my wine tasting video. I'll be very just tasting the wine, you know. After I do the wine tasting, I'm gonna get absolutely just super drunk and see how that goes. Not like blackout or anything, but like just very, very, very drunk. Just to see, you know, like what's there, you know, really explore alcohol, because I haven't used that so long. And when I did use it, I use it for social events like everyone does, and it was very basic and silly, and just following the zeitgeist. And now I want to use it to see if this alcohol has any potentially useful qualities. I don't think it will, but that's why I made it. That's what the test is. It's as healthy as alcohol can be, as poison can be. It's organic, has no chemicals whatsoever, from organic fruits and everything, so it's as good as it can be, you know? It's still poison, but shouldn't hurt me too much. You know, when I stop talking to people, this will be what I end the video on. When I stopped talking to people, I realized I don't have to live how everyone else lives. I don't have to do things that society expects of me. I get to be free. I get to be me. And freedom's good. Yeah. Freedom is nice. That is a good thing. Unlike drugs, freedom is a good thing. I can say that. I've experienced lack of freedom many times in my life. And that has caused me great suffering. And freedom has also caused me suffering, but I would say lack of freedom is certainly worse. So freedom is good and can allow you to find what you're trying to find, which I think I'm getting very close to. I don't know what it means yet. I'm not smart enough. I haven't thought about, well, it's not thinking. It's, I guess, maybe meditation. It seems like that's the direction I'm going in. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's like, am I really gonna become a monk? Fuck, I guess so. Jeez. Fucking druggy, nihilistic, hedonistic druggy goes monk, huh? Not by choice, really. I just have had so much freedom in my life and so much suffering. And that's just a perfect formulation to send you towards needing to find a way out. You know, you have the full freedom, so you can do anything. And then you have great suffering, so you look for the ways out. And you realize all the ways that people think are ways out. All the things that people value, all the things that people want. These are not good. And so you're like, okay, so where is it? It's got to be somewhere, right? Or maybe it doesn't exist, right? That's possible. But, well, if it doesn't exist, then I'm going to suffer either way, so I may as well look for it. And if meditation does what monks who've done it for decades say it does, lets you really see truly, clearly, really experience reality without delusion, then it can't, well, it's good. It would be the one good thing, you know? Not that saying it's like there's only one good thing, but it would be I would imagine the best thing. Not that it would, but it wouldn't, I imagine it wouldn't feel good. It wouldn't feel good. It would be good, but it wouldn't feel good. It wouldn't be pleasurable. Or maybe it would be. Maybe it would be pleasurable, maybe it would be horrifying. Maybe it would be very scary. But of course not, right? No, because you can't feel afraid and be like in that sort of enlightened state, I guess. You can't feel suffering. I'm not so sure that doesn't mean you can. I don't know. I imagine there could be fear. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, okay, so what if it's just like there's pleasure, there's fear, there's all these emotions, but these are emotions and they don't bother you. They don't do anything to you. They're just experience, or I don't know. I don't know. I've not been there, so I don't know. But I imagine it's just being able to experience them without judging them, without worrying, without enjoying, without liking, without disliking, not enjoying the moment, not thinking about the future, the past, or even the present, but being, just experiencing, real pure awareness, and there you are, and that's it. And it's like, well, that doesn't sound too good if there's no joy, if there's no, like, but I don't think these emotions are necessarily what we should be. People say you want a happy life. That's very dumb for many reasons, I think. Me saying dumb is very judgmental, but I'm still a pretty unenlightened, hedonistic little troll, So I get to be very basic still, but I'm thinking about these things though. I'm at least thinking about them, and I'm thinking, okay, like I can see where it would go. I can see where it would sort of end up, right? And you don't want a happy life. You don't want a sad life. These are all just emotions. You don't want to experience joy. You don't want to experience ecstasy. You don't want to experience. You don't even want to experience bliss necessarily. Although, calmness, blissfulness, these things can occur, sure, but you don't want these things. And you don't not want these things. You're not worried about these things. It'd be so serene, I imagine, but at the same time, you wouldn't enjoy the serenity of it. That's what it is, and I don't get that. I can logically understand that's where it ends up, but I don't personally understand that. Right? These are just thoughts, which are probably mostly deluded. So, I don't know. I'm still in the thinking phase while I'm doing all my drugs. Still in the thinking phase, but things are going in a decent direction, I think. I'm going to end up using up my drugs in a very safe way. Don't worry. I have full intention of living longer than everyone. I will be the person who lives to 9,000 years old and beyond. So, Do not worry, I will be very safe. But, I'll be quitting all drugs, eating I've figured out my diet, sort of. I go back and forth on certain things, and, still have issues in terms of my autoimmunity, but I'm figuring things out. And life right now is very complex. I got garbage all around me. Stuff I do not need. Stuff I'm getting rid of. And yeah, stuff I'm just getting rid of. And so life is gonna get a lot more simple, drug-free, good health. Very, very simple. I'm finally going towards that minimalistic life. I am. I wanted to do it for a long time, ever since I was 11. I remember when I was 11. I was 11. Yeah, 10 or 11. 11. I would sit and meditate. I couldn't do it. I didn't have the discipline. And I wanted things, right? I wanted things so much. With all of my heart, I wanted things. And I got most of what I wanted out of life. And didn't do anything for me. I am sort of glad that this manifestation of my consciousness got to experience those things that I wanted, the drugs and everything, the relationships, all sorts of things. I'm glad I got to experience that. I wouldn't call it a waste of time. It's just that's what I thought I needed, and so I went towards those things. And I've been fortunate to have a lot of free time, and I've been fortunate to have a lot of suffering. And again, free time, freedom, and suffering shows you, well, it prevents you from being too delusional, right? Can't be too delusional with pure freedom and constant suffering. It keeps you on track. If you were so delusional, you lost your mind, you wouldn't be suffering that much. You wouldn't understand. And if you had very little freedom, you have a rigid schedule, you have to do things, you're not going to really end up questioning too many things. You feel obligated to do things. You feel like you have to do things, so, it's going to be harder for you to realize you don't have to do anything like that. But when you have neither of those things, when you have a ton of constant suffering and freedom, yeah, it's kind of funny, I spent this whole past year of my life making money. First time in my life I had a job, well, a couple jobs, but first time in my life I ever really made a lot of money. And now I'm sort of thinking like, they're right, money doesn't bring you happiness. That's weird. They always say it, but everyone's like, yeah, but it doesn't bring me happiness, but it can sure rent it. No. Well, yeah, actually, yes, but happiness. It depends on what you mean by happiness. If you mean happiness is feeling happy, sure, money can bring you happiness. Sometimes. But true happiness is like freedom from suffering, I imagine. So if that's what you want, then money can't bring you that. In fact, it will only do the opposite. Kind of funny. I might end up giving my money away. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything. I know I change my mind on things a lot. I'm not going to do that very often, or very, very, very soon, giving my money away, of course. But it's something I'm considering I'm going to have to do, because I see now I don't need it at all. Don't need it. And if I end up, really meditating and changing my wardrobe out so I don't have to worry about aesthetic anymore, that's even more freedom than I already had. It's very nice. you know, if I find myself in this minimalist life, and I find, yeah, okay, I don't need these worldly possessions. I really don't. Like, these things truly are not something I'm concerned about anymore. If I reach that stage, I might give my things away to someone, maybe. Well, I don't know where I'd put the money yet. I don't think I'm smart enough yet to, and by smart I mean a very complex version of smart, but I don't think I'm smart enough yet to understand where the money needs to go if I were to give it away. I do not think it'd be wise to donate my money to charity. So, not gonna do that. Probably. Maybe I will. I don't know. I wanna like really see clearly. And at that time, when that time comes, if it comes, and I decide, okay, this is not something I need anymore, I should be able to, at that time, form a thought on the best place it could go. Potentially, it will go towards helping other people figure out what I've figured out, in this sense. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe it goes towards donations to monks or something, you know? Some temple or something. Or maybe I make my own. That's a thought, huh? That'd be pretty funny. That'd be a turn of events. Seems a bit egotistical, so it probably won't happen, but some of the monks do seem somewhat egotistical. They do. Like, some of them have YouTube channels. They're not really socially present, and they don't run the YouTube channels, of course. They have other people that do that. But they seem really no different. They seem almost more egotistical than some of the narcissistic YouTubers. It's kind of funny from my perspective. But I don't know where they're at, because they don't manage the YouTube, they don't manage the social media, they don't deal with this stuff. They don't. Other people are doing this because they believe in the cause, I guess. But those people are, why are they doing it? It doesn't make sense to me. It's antithetical to the whole thing. I don't know. It seems antithetical, but but I don't know anything yet. I'm basically a baby. I haven't even been born yet, in reality. I'm hiding in my room, safe within my womb. I touch no one and no one touches me. I'm just thinking like, yeah, I'm in a womb, I'm not born yet. I haven't started on the path of what I'm thinking yet. Not even close. Nope. Fully in materialism still. As little as I have, it's more than a king should have. So, well, that's it for the thoughts, the thinking. I'm going to be doing a lot of thinking while I finish off my drugs, and then I'm not going to be doing so much thinking anymore, more practicing. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in the next video for more basic, zeitgeisty, materialistic drug using. And then from there, I don't know. I guess we'll see where I end up. People are going to think I'm on drugs. I'm not on drugs. I'm very thoughtful right now. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what I am right now. Okay. Take care.